So, how does it feel to be back in the world of the living? Don't worry. I'm a doctor. Well, a coroner, originally. Call me Dead Man. I'm well acquainted with the dead. Not like you, of course. Contrary to the name, I've never actually died. I would advise against that. I'm no expert, but I can assure you it's for your own protection. See?
So I'm a prisoner.
These aren't handcuffs. They're cutting-edge devices that keep us all connected.
Us? Oh, us.
Yup. Bridges. Humanity's best hope for the future. Or avoiding extinction, if you prefer.
Right. Where am I? What time is it?
Watch me. Try pressing it against your skin, like this. Relax. That just means your body's got a good connection to the cufflink. Look. The cuffs will watch over you 24 hours a day. That is to say, we will. We're here to help.
What the hell? 2 days?
During that time, we took the liberty of collecting fluid samples from you. You're a repatriate. That makes you very special.
What happened to the CD guys?
Central Knot was obliterated in the annihilation. Game over, man. Place is a crater. The only ones to get to continue were you, for obvious reasons, and your broken bridge baby.
Is it all right?
It's been marked for disposal. Didn't work anymore. Why keep it? We lost everyone. Not just corpse disposal. My team, HQ, all of Redefort, every soul in Central Knot City. We're at our base, in Capital Knot City now. Or should I say, our new headquarters. Sudbury seemed the logical choice. But our implementation team has been decimated, and there's only so much they can do in 2 days. Things here are a mess. Fortunately, the director and his support team were out of town at the time, so the chain of command remains intact. I hate to do this so soon, but I have a job for you. This stencil is from when you repatriated? What's the other mark from?
A clingy woman in a cave.
I see. Aphenphosmphobia. No wonder you were out there alone, where no one could touch you. I'll try to be more careful, Sam. So, the job is an urgent delivery. I need you to bring the president some morphine.
What president? America's gone. You talking about the mayor of Central Knot?
No, not the mayor. America lives on, Sam. The president is in the final stages of cancer, in critical condition, but there's still time.
Why me?
Look, Sam. Do as I ask, and I promise it will all make sense.
Why don't you do it?
Because I'm not really here. Apologies. This is just a chiralgram. And here, come the tears. Allergic reaction to the chiral transmission. I'm actually over in the isolation ward in the big triangle building. Here is the morphine. Bridges hereby enters into a contract with Sam Porter.
Come on, you got morphine there. What's this about? Tell me the truth.
The truth, Sam, is that America's last president wants to see you in person. Are you really about to say no? Very good. I'll see you in the isolation ward.
Okay. Quite a long-winded intro in some ways. Alright, I don't think I have to do anything here. Let me just double check it. Now I am going to go to the terminal. So yeah, just to clarify a few of the things in that cutscene. The entire world that we traversed in that opening section got obliterated during the void out.
Request transport of morphine to isolation ward for immediate administration to the president.
That's why... Hang on. There is a lot of this.
Check the map on your cufflinks if you're lost.
Yeah, dead man, I know. Sorry, I wanted to cut him off there. I thought it was just a bit of a waste of my time. But, yeah, essentially, I did say it at the time, Central Knot, oh, my green screen's fading. Yeah, Central Knot I haven't been to for a while, and it's simply because I haven't been to the start of the game in a while. Yeah, it's pretty weird. It blows up first level, so it gives you a sense of the peril. The idea that the beach things, the BTs, if they make contact with a dead person, it causes a void out, which is essentially the power of a nuclear bomb. So, yeah, you don't want to die by a BT. Now, Sam is quite fortunate. He's a repatriate, which means that even if he does die, he will come back. But the trouble is, if he does die by BT, he will cause a void out. So you don't want that. So yeah, simple delivery pretty much from this first one. We're here, Capital Knot City. All we've got to do is go this way. So how you can use this to just make things a bit simple for you. We've got our cursor currently on the map pointed at Sam. We're just going to hold down the square button and plot a route. So I believe, I might be wrong because it's been a while since I've done the first level, or levels. We can just plot it to go like this. We go here. Ooh, just try and be a little bit precise. Here. And then all the way to the destination. So it's not a complicated one, this. In fact, it's all straight as much as there's no real traversal. So, yeah. So let's get going. I think I still have to hold down L2. If you're carrying a parcel by hand, you do have to hold down the thumbsticks, or the thumb triggers. That can be a little bit annoying, I won't lie. I did one last night. Yeah, it was a bummer actually deleting that account, or that save, but... Oh well. Yeah, the compass is L1, so this. I do use the compass a lot. It's very handy for just getting a general idea of where you're going. I don't tend to do what I've done here a lot, which is put waypoints down like this. I might put one down as far as if I want a general idea of where I'm going, but I don't tend to go as specific as what I've done here, which is going through like point-by-point waypoints. But with a simple journey like this, I thought, let's just show you. Okay, so let's just walk into that one just so it gets registered. For some reason that one didn't want to go. Move marker, there we go. Now you can also sprint, so I'm just going to press L3 for that. There we go.
Central wasn't just home to Bridges HQ. It was also the seat of the Reconstructionist movement. If the president hadn't required special treatment, she would have never left. And if she hadn't, we wouldn't have either.
Okay, so this is the hub of the... Well, I say the hub of the world. It is... Think about the White House. This is essentially the White House of the world. So, yeah, whilst we don't stay here, you could consider this home base, and everything... The further away we go from it, the further we're... well, you'll see in a minute what I'm talking about, but yeah, it takes a while to get back here. So that's why I'm taking my time a little bit. I want to just... absorb it a bit for myself as much as anything. Oh, okay, I think we're in a cutscene, so I will leave it there. By the way, I apologise if there was a weird cut during that last cutscene. My controller dropped just as I was watching, so hopefully that won't happen again.
Signs are all trending the same way.
No chance of a recovery then?
None that I can see. No.
We should start making preparations.
Sam! It's me, Dead Man. Sorry, my mistake. I'm afraid the President's condition has deteriorated. Thank you. This will help to ease the pain. And allow her to speak with you in these final moments.
Her?
The first and last female president of the United States. Surely you remember her. She raised you? You're not exactly dressed for a reunion. Take that off before you come inside.
Okay, so we did get the morphine delivered there. No damage, to be honest. It's one of the easiest missions in the game, so if you do take damage, that is a bit awkward. And as I said before, you do get S rank as the top rank. But for some reason, they didn't want to do A star, so... Awesome! Alright, so we're all good there, and we're all good here, so let's just skip on. Okay, here we go.
That's the President's right-hand man, the Director of Bridges.
Die Hard Man?
Oh, you were with Bridges 1? So, I guess no introductions are necessary.
What's it been, Sam? 10 years? Look at us. A bunch of deathless freaks meeting like this. Yeah, well, good to see you two. President's waiting. It's your mother, Bridget. She's a bit out of it, but I know she'll recognize you.
Madam President, we've brought Sam. We'll leave you two alone.
Sam, I knew you'd come back. Are you doing all right? Yeah, I know you hate me. Amelie.
Amelie?
You remember Amelie went west. Took her 3 years to cross. She's trying to rebuild the country.
Still going on about that, huh?
You're the one I wanted to send, Sam. Time's running out. Help Amelie. She needs you. Together, you can help us reconnect. You can make America whole. Sam, if we don't all come together again, humanity will not survive.
We don't need a country. Not anymore.
We do. Alone, we have no future.
No, America's finished. Bridget, you're the president of jack shit.
Sam, listen to me. So you are willing to help me?
No, I
love you, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
Madam President! Oh, no.
Doctor, we need your help.
All hands on deck here. Jason V-Fifth, give me 150 cc's. She's not responding.
Stay with me. Madam President.
This is dropping.
Hold on.
We're losing her. Time of death?
Listen, no one can know that the president is dead. If word gets out, Bridges is finished. Now, what happened here does not leave this room. Do you understand?
Yes, Director. But there's still the matter of the body. Without corpse disposal.
We've got that covered. Sam, before she died, the president made a contract with you.
What are you talking about?
As a member of Bridges, you're gonna work with the rest of us to rebuild America.
You think you can recruit me? Like she tried to?
Well, she succeeded. Look at your wrist. If that's not symbolic, I don't know what is.
Director, the cancer spread throughout her entire body. Harvesting organs is out of the question, and there is no need for an autopsy. Her body needs to be cremated before she necrotizes.
And if we don't, this place will turn into another crater.
What do you want me to do?
We don't have any porters right now, and the CD team you went into the field with are dead. But the president's body has to be burned.
The road from Capital Knot City to the incinerator was compromised in the void out. Now, the only way there is on foot, through the mountains. But the chiral density there is off the chart. It's gotta be BT's.
This job has requirements. Tombs. Repatriate.
So me? Why?
Sam, you're already on the clock.
Now get it done, Sam Porter Bridges. Can I have a moment? President Strand believed in American Reconstructionism. She worked tirelessly to bring the nation together again. And without her, there would be no Bridges. She deserves a funeral with full honors. But we can't give her that. If she dies, America dies.
Without her, Bridges will cease to be.
Listen. Her cremation must be carried out with the utmost secrecy.
Even if we pull it off, what then? Who's gonna take her place? Face it, America's history.
Sam, America isn't dead yet.
He just said that it dies if Bridget dies.
She may be lost to us, but we still have an America worthy of the presidency.
Sorry, what?
Let's not get into it now. What matters is that we're going to finish your mother's work and rebuild America as she intended. That's the reason Bridges exists. So take the first step, Sam, and deliver the president's body to the incinerator.
If we don't all come together again, humanity will not survive. You're the one I wanted to send, Sam. Time's running out. I love you, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
The facilities to the southwest. Remember that you'll be passing through BT territory.
We built the incinerator way up in the mountains so that the chiral matter in the smoke wouldn't reach the city. It won't be easy carrying a body up there.
We'll be monitoring you around the clock. If anything comes up, we'll offer you support via the cufflinks.
So I think it'd be safe to say that we've just stumbled onto a very awkward relationship.
Sam, this is Die Hardman. Dead men explain how to use the cuffs, right? Use them to check the location of the incinerator.
Okay, so let's show you guys.
Getting to the incinerator will be anything but easy. Move around and change the angle of your map to gain a better understanding of the terrain. See if you can't pick a path to your destination. For this order, we've provided you with a number of suggested routes as well. Ultimately, though, it's up to you to decide how you want to proceed.
Okay, so I will just put a caveat in here with this. That I'm playing the Director's Cut version of the game that came with PlayStation Plus Extra, I think it is. And because of that, they actually help you in this version. They say, right, the first actual delivery of the game, we're going to give you some little advice. Do you want to take the flat route? Do you want to take the river route? Etc. They don't normally do that. Normally you have to plot your own route. Now, I'll be honest, I can't really remember which one I did when I played it. I think what I am going to do is I'm going to go this way because I think the flat route was actually the nicest one. So essentially from here, what we're going to do is we're going to do what we did before, which is we're going to go down here and here. By the way, this little line that you can see on the ground, that's basically the path we've already walked. Something that the game likes to hammer home a little bit as far as, oh yeah, if you've already been one way, you know, you'll get like a little echo of it. So it's pretty cool in terms of retracing your steps. If you've gone one way before, you won't accidentally go the wrong way back. So yeah, just going back to the story for a second, just while we've got a moment to talk. Bridget and Sam have a bit of a complicated history, as you may have noticed when he pretty much recoils at touching her. They've mentioned it a few times, but he does have a phobia of touching people, and it does pop up a few times in awkward ways, it has to be said. But even if he does look a little bit off right now, Sam is a nice, well, I say nice character. He is nice in general, but he might come a bit off right now, but you will warm to him. At least I did. So, yeah, like a lot of things in this game, just bear with it. It's got its own little lore. It goes headfirst in without explaining anything, so just bear with that. And there's a lot of goofiness as far as, well, yeah, there's stuff that you just look at and you go, I don't know how they thought of this. So just bear with it. We're going to have a bit of fun. So let's get the delivery started. So, yeah, we're going to leave the city first of all, which is not the hard bit. I must admit, though, it annoys me how many times they interrupt.
I don't think I need to remind you, but every minute counts when transporting corpses for disposal. 48 hours following cardiac arrest, they go necro and become a fresh BT to make our lives hell.
Yeah, so essentially that's what happened in the intro. The corpse that they were taking, it went necrotic, and because of that, yeah, it became a BT. And because there were already BTs in the area, it just put gasoline on an open fire. So it wasn't great. So yeah, this bit of the delivery is tricky as far as corpses aren't the most easy of things to carry, but you get used to it.
President Bridget Strand was the symbol of American Reconstructionism. Even with the country shattered and its people scattered to the four winds, she never stopped believing they could be reunited. People held on to their hope that America would rise again because they believed in her. We believe that this country can be rebuilt. America lives on, together with Bridget's undying spirit.
Okay, it is pretty funny when you miscalculate the balance. I mean, no one ever falls like Sam in real life, but yeah, it just looks fun how they've made it happen. So here we go. Now, I don't normally use these, but for the benefit of this video, I am actually going to show you what's going on. So this is a watchtower, and it allows us to look at the surrounding areas. So up there is our destination, the incinerator. And as you can see, these are all the actual points that we're going to travel through. Now, Carol crystals is something that in the long run of the game, we will be collecting whenever we see them. However, we need a specific device to pick them up. So for now, it's pretty moot taking them. Ladders are quite important. We're going to be using them a lot in the early game. Later on, they become quite irrelevant, but early on, they're very useful. So yeah, let's just get back out there. Oh, and also, if you ever see devices like this, even if it's an NPC that's done it, drop them likes. You'll understand it later on as far as how likes do become quite useful. But yeah, it's more important, that, in my opinion, that you get likes off real people instead of NPCs, but the NPCs will reward likes in return, so there is that. Right, yeah, let's just pick up a cryptobiote. again, they're very useful in case you have a fall or you get into a fight that you shouldn't do. I've actually discussed combat in this game, but there is combat. It's quite good, I find. It's not like the most challenging of combat things you'll ever see in a game, but there are moments that are quite challenging. I mean, I've gone to very hard difficulty, and the moment I actually did click on it, I thought, oh, hang on, I'm not looking forward to this moment or that moment. So, you know, we are going to have some fun trying to get through those on a harder difficulty for sure. Okay, so we've got a river here. Let's just pause and see how deep it is. I don't think it's that deep. Yeah, we've got a bit of yellow. Okay, so we're going to use the Odra deck again to scan. Yeah, we're going into blue in a moment. Again, if the water's red, don't go through it. Yeah, we're just going to stop as well because our endurance, our stamina was going down. So I just wanted to recover our composure. I'm going to try and sprint for a bit because it's not the most difficult of trips, this, but it can be a bit long if we don't speed it up a little. Oh, come on, climb up, that's it. One of the reasons I was actually looking forward to replaying this, though, for the videos was the fact that, as I said, later on in the game, things get very easy. And by no means is that bad. I mean, like I said, I was playing it last night just for a bit of fun. And there's this bit of you that goes, ooh, you know, you could do with turning on hard mode. Or hard mode for hard mode. So I actually don't mind it for this sense that I'm actually back to the beginning. I haven't got any of the upgrades I've had. I haven't got any of the things that make the game easier. So yeah, it's quite fun just trying to play it like this again and going, how did I cope? One other thing as well, the director's cut, like I say, I've got that. I wouldn't say it drastically changes the game. It really just changes a few things and improves a few others. So for instance, if you've got the original version of the game, whenever you go into Sam's private room, which you've already seen with the scene with Deadman, or if we're in the open one like this, when he takes a drink in the normal game, he'll be drinking Monster Energy drink because, yeah, the game really had a tie-in with Monster. But yeah, because the director's cut, the partnership had ended, I'm guessing. We just now have Bridges Monster Energy, well, Bridges drink. Same thing, does the same job, but it's just a different name. Director's Cut also has a few more structures that can be used. It has an extra side mission that's, yeah, it was alright. It wasn't like wow, but it was okay. We might do it at some point in the playthrough. So yeah, all things that are worth looking at, let's say that. Whenever it's something that's in the director's cut, I will try and point it out if I know that it's in the director's cut anyway. If any of you are listening going, I wanted to hear that music and I'm talking over it, I do apologise, but I know YouTube will give me a smackdown anyway for uploading it with the music playing, but I would at least try and say that I tried to talk over it just so that I don't get too big a spanking. Honestly, I just liked it. I thought it really sits well with the levels. Because this game is very much about traversal and just a lone traveller. So it makes sense that you'd have these moments of contemplation. One other thing I've noticed, because like I say, I've watched Let's Plays of this, it was one of the things that tempted me to play it myself. And one thing I've noticed since having played it is people who do Let's Plays of this, they tend to rush it a little bit. Now, I don't mean like the absolutely speedrun, but because they're trying to make videos and get to the end of the story, there's a temptation to miss certain, I wouldn't say key points, but maybe key upgrades or things that would make the game easier for new players. So that's one thing I'm going to try and do throughout this. I'm going to try and maybe not go on the complete story path every single video, but there'll be times when I may just do a side mission here or there, which I'll explain what they are in a bit. Just so that we do get the benefit of, well, we do get benefits that help us as we progress through the story. Because if you just go completely for the story, you can do it with minimal upgrades, but it becomes harder. But if you do take your time, you try and do some, as I'm calling them right, the second side missions, you do get more upgrades and the game itself does become easier. So it's definitely worth taking your time, I wouldn't say exploring because it's not that type of game per se, but it's worth letting the game breathe a little bit. Okay, so we're actually nearly there, I think. We're at B2. Let me just check the compass. Yeah, we're 248 meters away. That's no distance at all. Drink from the canteen to restore stamina. Thank you for that very useful piece of piece of intel. I'll tell you what, let's get to B2 here. There we go. And we'll have a quick swig from the canteen. Okay. I do this mainly when I'm just I'm trying to do things in one sitting. I'm not going to go for a save point, which is the private room. Otherwise, I would just keep going.
So that's the place.
Yes, Sam. This is the incinerator. So the only reason we come to the incinerator, one, because we've got to burn the body. As we heard, if you don't burn the body, it causes void outs, essentially, or risks void outs. But the other reason is the incinerator's out here in the middle of nowhere because when bodies burn up, they have a lot of corallium. And corallium, to my knowledge, is poisonous. So essentially, having too much corallium in the atmosphere near a city would be poisoning the city. Also, I feel the need to add, we have just been through Capital Knot City, and you might be thinking, well, no, people there. Think of this game like you've been in the pandemic, and everyone is indoors. That's essentially what happens here, because when you think, right, there are BTs, there's Timefall, there's a load of nasty stuff around. People don't want to go outside. The only people who go outside are porters. So just keep it in mind that way, that you're very rarely going to see people leave the bunkers. Alright, so we're here. So we got burn the president. Okay. I don't normally do that. I normally land quite well at the terminals. Alright, crewmate. Let's cremate her. And little cutscene again in a moment, so I will be turning the webcam off. I think we're okay for a second, though. Give Sam credit, he does actually tenderly carry the body. Oh, it feels tender anyway. It's safe to say they had a complicated relationship. This is just based on what you guys have seen as well already. Okay, I think the cutscene's going to start in earnest here, so I'll see you in a moment.
Chiralium density in the area is climbing rapidly. Heavy timefall is imminent. Get back here, now.
Sam, burn the other cargo while you're there.
What's this?
BB-28. It's the unit Igor was assigned. It was hooked up to you when we found you in the crater.
But why is it here?
Because it's flagged for disposal. Central Knot's gone, and our headquarters along with it. Because that thing didn't do its job. It's all in Igor's logs.
But it's still alive.
It can't be repaired, and it can't survive outside the pod. Pity it if you want, but the decision has been made. It has to go. The director approved the order.
Position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea. Start, you shit. Maybe you are defective. That's it. Do your thing.
Okay. So, they're probably going to tell you what I'm going to say here.
We're sending you some suggested routes back to the city. Pick one or don't. Just get the hell out of there.
So yeah, I'll probably take the way back that I came, because that worked fine for me. Now, the thing with BTs is, early on, they are a bit of a menace. And even later on, they can be a bit annoying. But the key thing to remember is, they can hear Sam breathe. And the best way to get around them is to hold your breath. So you've probably seen it in the cutscene. Sam does hold his breath quite a bit. And yeah, that's the reason why. He's got to hold his breath. Otherwise, they will be honing in on him. If they hone in on him, then it means that, as you saw in the opening cutscene with the BTs, they're going to come out of the ground in like a goo form. And they will try to drag him under. If they drag him under, then things get a lot more messier. It's not impossible to get out of it, but I don't particularly like those encounters, so hopefully we don't have one imminently. Anyway, we've just plotted a route back, so let's do it. Now, the idea is, we can only see BTs properly if we're stationary and not holding our breath. So as soon as I start moving, we can't see them, so we have to rely on the Odra deck. The Odra deck will flash white when they're nearby, and it'll flash orange when they are extremely close. So I'm not holding my breath while it's only flashing that, but now it's orange, I'm going to hold my breath. There we go, so I can afford to move again. Still flashing white. There we go, it's orange, so I'm going to hold my breath. He can't hold his breath for too long, so we may have to just let go. There we are. Where are they all? Okay, we've got one behind us, one very close to us. Alright, we're just going to keep pushing on. Yeah. It's near to us, but we are moving away from it, so hopefully that'll help. There's one to our left, there's one up front. Oh. Okay, that's not great. We're going to just go this way then. We're just going to go a little bit off the beaten track as far as the waypoints, just so that we don't walk into them. How close is it? A bit close. I won't say I'm walking into it though. Okay, so we are going to walk into one here, unfortunately. I'm just hoping I can get over here without it noticing. Alright, let's just go this way. We're going to go down. Okay, we're going right at breath in a sec, so I've got to let go. Okay, we've got 2 here. You know, it is funny, I've played this game a lot, and playing it like this now is fun and weird. It's very tense still. I mean, honestly, you guys play the opening of this game like I am. If you tell me you aren't tempted to hold your own breath just while you're going through this, I will be amazed. Okay, we're nearly out of breath. We're nearly out of it. Let me just go this way. The Ultra Deck seems okay. In fact, I think we might be back on course. Yeah, it's not flashing to say that any are near, so I would say we're actually in a good place now. Until it does a little dance to say we're out in the clear, I'm not going to get out of crouch, but I feel like we are in the clear. Yeah, how long it's been since it flashed orange? I'd say we're there. Yeah, there we go. It does a little dance when we're out in the when we're away from the BTs. So this is the whole purpose of BB-28. I have to remember the number then. Yeah, it's the idea that BB will essentially help you detect BTs. When you haven't got BB plugged in, the Ultra Deck doesn't really sense BTs, so it's BB that's doing it. So, yeah. For those of you who are wondering what the baby's all about, we now know. So this part of the journey isn't actually too bad. We're just making our way back to town. We've got no cargo on the back, so we can actually be a little bit, I wouldn't say blasé, but we can certainly speed up. You don't want to take chances when you got BB with you. Simply because if you take too many chances, he is a baby. Well, they are a baby. They will cry, so you don't want to make BB upset. So we can see the city. We're doing good here. We're doing good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't trip.
Oh, yeah.
So this first mission essentially introduced you to a few mechanics. You've got your traversal mechanics, you've got your BTs, how to counter them. To be honest, early on, it's rough. The only thing you can do is sneak around them and hold your breath. Later on, you get a lot more options, some better than others. And yeah, like traversal, that improves as the game goes on. I've been trying to describe this to people who've been asking me about the game. And essentially, it starts you off in the worst place as far as everywhere you're going, you're having to walk and it's hard. But once you get to the end of the game, a bit like I've been saying, it's so easy that, like I say, I'm kind of enjoying going back to the hard level just for that simple reason of, wow, it was this difficult. So, yeah, I would enjoy this part of the game if you guys are playing it, because it will improve very quickly. As far as Sam as a character, again, he's a little bit slow to warm up. I think the choice they made as far as characterizing him, they wanted him to be someone who wasn't a typical hero. You know, he wasn't someone who instinctively does things for selfless reasons. He essentially gets drawn into this cause. And for that reason, I kind of like him. You know, he's just someone... It reminds me of the Uber drivers during the pandemic, for argument's sake. Well, maybe not Uber, but Uber Eats. You know, the idea of people just doing deliveries. They didn't really want to be doing them, but people relied on them. Yeah, I could say Amazon as well. But you get my point. Just the idea that... you need people like this when everyone's isolated. So I think, again, the pandemic kind of hits me when I'm playing this game. So yeah, just think of Sam like that. Sam the delivery man.
Verifying ID. Welcome to Capital Knot City. Proceed to distribution center.
So I did say this earlier. Hang on, we got the little beep beep.
Sam, come back to the distribution center. Check the location on your compass.
Yeah, the little beep beeps, they do get irritating because, like I say, I know I have to go to the distro center. I can see it on my compass and on my little thing there, but for some reason, Die Hard Man keeps telling me or interrupting me. Hopefully they change that. Because there is meant to be a second game in this series. Whether it is, I don't know. Alright, cutscene time.
It's a miracle either of you made it back. When someone with dooms hooks up to a BB, your feelings and memories cause feedback, like with a speaker. It amplifies fears and stress, and runs the risk of taking you to a place from which you will not return. I'm sorry, but this BB has been pushed beyond its limits. Disposal is the only option.
Sam, get cleaned up and come to the president's office. We need to talk.
Sunset